Cancel.
Schweezy.
Machine Gun Kelly was chained to Megan Fox by the pinky at his nail polish launch party. This is according to Billboard. The couple took their attachment to a whole new level. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox have found a new way to be attached by the nail. The Bloody Valentine singer showed up to the launch party for his new UN/DN LAQR nail polish line with his girlfriend on Saturday night, with the couple joined by a chain attached to their respective bright pink pinky nails. Thankfully, the chain could be unclasped so Kelly could appropriately greet and mingle with his guest. For the event, the rocker donned a slick black suit, no shirt, and a shiny silver chin plate, while Fox complimented her beau's look in a black mini dress, oversized blazer, and sparkling black body chain. The day after the West Hollywood, California bash, she posted a closer look at her glam on Instagram, captioning the carousel of pics, Hot Topic kosher. I hope I said that word right. Kelly's non-gendered polish collection, pronounced Undone Liqueur. Okay, so that's how you say it. And I probably said liqueur wrong. Comes in 10 different shades and colors with names like Mary Jane, Writer's Block, Slippery When Wet, and 25 to Life, or 8 sets of 3 polishes each. Just last week, the singer admitted during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon that he once accidentally stabbed himself in the hand while trying to impress his longtime love doing a rather questionable knife trick. He also recently slammed the Grammys on Twitter after his 2020 pop-punk album Tickets to My Downfall failed to secure a single nomination in either the rock or general categories. Check out Kelly and Fox's matching goth-inspired looks and a closer look at the pinky chain below, which I'm not going to show you. I'm just reading an article. So, I have a lot to say. Look, I don't know Machine Gun Kelly. I can't remember his real name. Maybe I should look that up. What is his real name? Machine Gun Kelly. Colson Baker. That is the widest name. And he's from Ohio, right? No. Born in Houston, Texas. I thought he was from Ohio. Okay. Never mind. But anyways, I like Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know him as a person, or Colson. I don't know Colson as a person. But I like them. I like Tickets to My Downfall. I don't know his old stuff, the rap stuff. I'm not that interested in. I'm not interested in his beef with Eminem. I don't know. I'm just not that into white rappers, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's cultural appropriation or anything like that. Sorry for my microaggressions. I learned that Gen Z kids think that's hilarious. If you say something that could be like slightly off filter and you just say, sorry for my microaggression, they will laugh. I learned that from playing Fortnite with children. One was like 15 though, so the other was like 8. Anyways though, I like Tickets to My Downfall. Like I said, in 2020, I would say it's one of my favorite albums of 2020 that came out. It was a weird year for albums too, because some people were like releasing, like Taylor Swift released like 2 albums in 2020. Machine Gun Kelly released an album that was, something standard that made sense in the album, and so some people went overboard, some people went underboard. I released 2 EPs in 2022. The first one was pre-Pandy, and then the other one was during the Pandy I wrote. So, and then the second one I wrote, and it came out the next year. Oh, actually, Ride or Die Volume 2, which out wherever you streaming music is. I wrote that all this year, which is weird. We're coming to the end of the year, and I'm like, I wrote that whole EP this year and released it this year, and gotta think about my next release, which I have something in mind, but I have something in mind with it, but figuring it out. So yeah, we got this new thing, and no, it's really funny. So it's cool. He has a nail polish line. It's cool. I don't know what nail polish. I kind of want to get into nail polish, but it's kind of back when I can play whenever I get back to playing shows again. I think black nail polish, kind of like a black emo and eyeliner aesthetic, is cool. But it's kind of weird for me because I have I'm blonde, but in a special kind of blonde, meaning that I'm a technical blonde, but it's also pretty dark, dirty blonde too. And it's like, I like this color, and then I'm like, I want to dye my hair, maybe black, maybe like bleach it, just stuff like that. And so, nails is the weird thing. So we're going to talk about the nails to begin with. With the nails in this situation, like my nails are just kind of weird. I clip them so much, and some of them get ingrown and stuff like that. It's just my nails look so bad, and they grow so fast. So I don't know if it's worth it for me to actually paint my nails. Like I wouldn't mind, but also at the same time, like if someone's like, if I'm with a girl, it's like, you want to go get our nails done with me? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not going to get something like acrylics or anything. I think those are gross. Well, really long ones are gross. I'll deal with like acrylics if it's like not that long. And I don't know, dirt under fingernails is just gross to me. And I don't know, long fingernails and like girls with like longish fingernails, acrylics, ugh, it's gross. Much dirt gets under. It's like you see a guy with long fingernails, you see how dirty they are, and then you expect a woman to be different. Like, no, men and women are equally dirty and gross. That's 100% what I believe and what I will believe in for the rest of my life. So, with nail polish, though, I don't think it's necessarily a gender. I mean, the acrylics make it weird. And he plays guitar and piano and some other stuff, I guess. But he's not, he can't have long acrylic nails. It has to be like the short so you can play guitar. That's a little secret. And especially in piano, too, because when I took piano class, they're like, you can't have long nails unless you're a guitar major or whatever. That's the only reason you can have long nails. And like, even like, then I'm like, I just decided I didn't want to learn classical guitar. I think it's good, and I would, if anyone was like thinking about learning this, I'm like, go for it, because you'll learn a lot. And yeah, I don't know, my school was kind of weird like that. I'm like, I don't think I need to continue guitar lessons unless it's like jazz based. We didn't have like a jazz based guitar teacher at school. I like taking composition lessons though, except for the finals, which was just a fucking roast. Like, you have juries. If you don't know, in the non-music majors, what a jury is basically you have like all the staff in a certain department. So like your vocal major, you have all the vocal professors sit in, you perform the songs you've been working on throughout the semester, and then this is your final. What did I learn from my lessons? How have I moved forward? And it's basically just kind of a milestones, like, because you have like a couple months and you basically have some songs, you got to learn the songs, appreciate it. You have weekly lessons with your professor. And if you're like me, you get sick once a semester, and that's when you're like, I don't think I can do a lesson this week, but I'm gonna still kind of work on everything. Type of shit like that. And basically they listen to it and then you leave, and then they write down their notes and they send it to you in their notes, and then they give you kind of a grade. That's kind of, it makes sense in school, and you're obviously supposed to. I did fine on all mine. I think like, except for maybe my freshman year, second semester, when they're like, you didn't practice with your accompanist, did you? I'm like, no. That was a whole different story. But then like when I did composition though, it's different because you don't actually you don't get like your critiques there. You get your critiques right there. You listen to like a recording of your song, like you played it live for a concert, and then like I just saw like a memory of it, and then you go into like your room and you listen to it, and then yeah. So when I was in composition, basically I did jazz composition. I don't think the teachers are like, I know you're not kind of interested in this, but I think it's fun for you. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I want to do this. Just, learning jazz composition. So I did. And then I kept putting jokes in all of the shit. Like, it was like swing like Elmo. And then like the teacher's like, when you play swing like Elmo, I just think it's crazy. I'm just like, maybe we shouldn't put joke. Well, because it's like something you wrote, and then like your friends and people with your school are playing it, so I thought jokes were funny. And I did the Sesame Street suite, so all the titles were funny. My main final was a big band piece called Bert and Ernie, in parentheses, they're just friends. And then a couple years later, they're like, they're based off a gay couple. I'm like, God damn it. And that didn't age well. My other one was like a combo, and it was what was it, Big Bird, in parentheses, the Ray Romano of Birds. I wrote one for like Grover, maybe Oscar I wrote one, but yeah, I don't think I ever finished those. But yeah, I think, I got my worth out of it. But then like you listen to the song, and then they just roast you for 30 minutes, and you leave and you're like, man, I feel like shit. And then you're like, oh, you got an A. Like, Jesus. When it's like people, they went to like, one went to Northwestern, one went to Yale, one went to University of Texas. It's just like these big school professors, and then they're just roasting you. Like, I don't feel good right now. Anyways, though, back to the topic of this. I don't even know how I got there, how I got to even that point. Nail polish. Speaking of guitar majors, or music majors, that's how I got to it. So yeah, my nails are just, they grow too fast, and they're kind of not good looking. So Yeah, and even when I play guitar, I look like I have sausage fingers. But no, let's go to this event. I don't know why I thought this was interesting to talk about. But then like people like criticize Machine Gun Kelly. He's like, this is pop punk today, and he's wearing like a pink shirt and shit and has a pink guitar and stuff. Like that's the aesthetic he's going for. Like you have to have an aesthetic anytime you release an album. There's like a theme, there's artwork and stuff like that. That's music in general. You have to have like a theme kind of going forward. That's why with this show, it's like that. My windbreakers colors and stuff like that. It's just like my channel, my brand's colors, and that's how it is. And then people talk about how like punk rock is shit. I mean, punk pop is like shit these days. I'm like, and like I said, I probably said last week on our Beatles, my Beatles rant, like music's an ever evolving thing. You can't expect music to stay the same forever. And that's why people are like, music better back my day because it was like this. And I'm like, well, if we kept making music like that, it would all just be shit music that sounds like that. It'd be like the shittier version of that. So, like that. So I really enjoy Machine Gun Kelly. I really enjoy his music. Or I enjoyed Ticket to My Downfall and like that. So, and people were like, talking about his aesthetic, and like, I can't think of an example right now, but we know there's bands who have had weird aesthetics. Like, remember when you wore short sleeve shirts with a scarf, like a short sleeve V-neck shirt with a scarf, like metalcore bands would wear that shit. So, I mean, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then, people have a lot to complain about Machine Gun Kelly. At the end of the day, he's fucking Megan Fox, and you're not. You're probably behind a computer, lonely, and that's mainly.
Congratulations, you played yourself
Because you don't have Machine Gun Kelly. You're not Machine Gun Kelly, and Megan Fox is not fucking you. So I like how Mary Jane, because he's big into the weed and shrooms and stuff. Writer's Block, it's a musician thing. Slippery When Wet. Why is it I don't know if there was a joke with the Bon Jovi album, but why would you name it after Bon Jovi album? That's a little weird to me. 25 to Life, it says 3 polish. I think it's a good idea he made nail polish, because I guess guys are getting into nail polish now, and whether women want to fuck guys who wear nail polish is they're determining. Like, I don't think women would fuck me if I wore nail polish, but if Harry Styles wore nail polish, I think a lot of women want to fuck him. That's just my opinion. No, and lastly, I want to go over the Grammy nomination. I don't know why he didn't get a nomination for a rock album. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because there's a lot of good rock bands out there, but on like rock albums that would get of artists who are big enough to get nominated for Grammys, Tickets to My Downfall should have been nominated. That's my opinion. It's a really good album, folks. Mainly, I think if you don't like Machine Gun Kelly or him, just know that if you like Blink-182, Travis Barker was probably a producer, and he played drums on it. And I think he's like his workaholic vision and like ideas, and just, I feel like a good drummer can really make or break a song. So that's why all my music is perfect, because I play drums on that. So yeah, that's what I have to say. So moral of the story is go listen to Tickets to My Downfall, and don't be stingy.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Well, look at you. You just finished one of the many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. Glad you watched, and I hope you learned something important in your life today. We have more highlights available for you to watch, available now for you to watch. And we got full episodes as well. So don't be stingy and go watch another highlight. And like I said, stay awesome.